Hey everybody, and welcome back to Rathlin Island. We are in day 3 of early autumn, and as you can see in the weather forecast, we have got rain coming. Got rain imminent. Not sure when it's going to get here. Looks still nice and clear, but we do have rain coming. We are kind of in a race against time to try to get this hay up off the ground. Been busy since we were last together. Went ahead and got our other field of silage bales done, and I think we pulled close to 66 silage bales off of that other field, in addition to the bales that we pulled off of the first field. And it dried out, it stayed dry into the evening and night, so we went ahead and started mowing very first thing in the morning at first light. Started mowing the fields, tedding and windrowing. We had both tractors out running full speed, trying to get everything done because we knew we had the rain coming. Here we are, last couple fields left to bale up and get the hay in under cover before the rain shows up. And we'll just have to see if we can manage to get that done or not. Had some help here to already help and pull a lot of these bales off this field already. They are already put away in storage. I have to. I need to pay attention to what I'm doing because not even realizing that we need to unload our bales. But at any rate. So we've got as much as we can at this point already put away as far as hay goes. I think we're going to have to put a second haystack down at the BGA. We nearly went through that entire first haystack between the first cut and the second cut. We only had a couple bales left down there. So if we're going to put bales down there to store and have available without having to haul any hay over from the cow farm, in order to hold us through winter and spring next year, we get a cut of hay, and I think we're going to have to invest in another stack down there. Out of the way so we can pick this bit up here. So with our time crunch, it might be best served not to be messing with these little dredges and focus on picking up. Not roll the tractor and the baler. We don't have time to deal with that. Also, we've been so busy we haven't even had a chance to fuel our tractor up here. It's in the red. We obviously need to get this thing fueled up as soon as we can after we are done after we're done baling. Well, it'll probably be the first thing we do after we get done baling. Run over to the depot and put some fuel in this thing. Look at our forecast and kind of talk about what we've got going on for the rest of autumn. So we've got rain tomorrow, rain today, rain tomorrow. Now what I don't know is if the rain today is going to come in the afternoon and if it's going to set in and rain all the rest of the day and into tomorrow. If that's what the rain tomorrow is indicating, or if it's indicating that we're going to get rain today, it's going to stop, going to clear off, and then tomorrow it's going to rain again. Don't know which is worse. So it all depends on how long it takes to get the crop dry, ground dry. You need to get in here and spray these fields. And we also need to, still need to pull in our soybeans. I went again. Not getting the beeping. Let's change this to 80%. We still need to pull in our soybeans. And need to try to do some field work. Got 2 clear days in the forecast for the rest of autumn. The rest of those days have rain in them. And then look there, the first day of winter. We're already sneaking out the first day of winter there. Still didn't hear the beep. What's the deal here? Let's change it to 70%. So I was saying we can sneak in now the first anticipated forecasted day of winter and see where we are there. Not too bad. Not too bad. 18-degree low, 30-degree high. Let's see if we can shove this thing out of the way a little bit. And just shove this one out of the way a little bit. Too bad so far. So whatever field work we're not able to get done in autumn, right now it looks like we might be able to get done at least in the first day. Get some done in the first day of winter. We managed to keep the crop or keep the fields from freezing. The weather permits and the fields don't freeze. Then there we got it beeping. Then we'll be in a good situation to do some field prep over winter. Yeah. Got this field here in field 19 and 26. The grass field up by the sheep. So the last 3 fields we need to get brought in. Got them all windrowed, and everything is ready to go on that front. Also, looks like we're going to need to care to our animals soon. So I think that's what we're going to do tomorrow. If it's still raining, tomorrow morning. Probably going to do a video on animal feeding. Fed our animals in quite a while on video. I'll tackle that again. So big news, big news. As of yesterday, it was released that, or it was leaked that the release date, the anticipated release date for Farm Sim 19, going to be November 20th. Been a little discussion on some Discord channels that I'm on about Giants being late, the party 19, and you know what? This is my take on it. First off, they're not late. They never said they were going to release it earlier than November 20th. So far, November 20th hasn't happened, so they haven't gone past that time frame, that deadline. We're just imposing a time frame based on previous releases as to if a release is late or not, and that's not something you do on somebody. It's like, you know, just because you've always done it a particular way doesn't mean that's the way it always has to be done, or the way that it is dictated must be done. And the way it was explained in Discord channel, where talking about the date, was that they were really shooting for the end of October, but they just felt that in order to put out the product that they were wanting to put out, that the extra 4 weeks would be needed in order to assure they had a quality product out the door. That's what we all want. We all want a quality product out the door, as opposed to some buggy junk that that we get frustrated and angry with for 2 or 3 months afterwards. And hopefully it will be a quality product, and we won't be fussing and dealing with a bunch of bugs and everything. And it sounds like it's going to be a simultaneous release across all platforms also. Again, I think the delay, if you want to call it the delay, or the later than initially guessed at release date of November 20th, that gives them the ability to release to all platforms on the same day, as well as to put out a product is fairly high quality and not going to be riddled with problems from day one. I'm all for it. Been lots of videos have come out since FarmCon related to what has gone on at FarmCon. Simulate and Virtual Farmer have both put out videos based on their experience and their time there, and basically what they have seen. And I have to say that definitely doesn't look like Giants has been sitting back on their laurels with the success of 17. Looks like they have planning and thinking through and listening to the community as far as new functionality, new features, and to some degree bringing in a more of a realistic simulation attempt to the game. It looks like they're going to incorporate somehow, still yet to be determined, but they're going to incorporate gearbox into the base game. They are not super committing to how the gearbox will operate. If it will operate in automatic mode, or if you'll be able to actually manually select the gearing or not. But it looks like, it's the start of something, right? And if it's embedded in the game, then there will be mods that will be released to enhance the the in-game feature. Of course, there is Gearbox mod already. Lots of people use it. I avoid it because I just want to get in and play. I have to struggle and try to figure out which gear I should use for which particular tractor and everything. But it's going to be available in game, at least some iteration. And it probably won't be as in depth or as particular as maybe the more hardcore Gearbox fans are currently. Let's get this out of the window. But the basis will be there for others to build upon, and that's the key. Is that there's a basis for that, the building upon for others. Looks like there's going to be some type of a damage model been talked about. Now, I had thought that they were talking about just a aging model, but people have talked about a damage model. I didn't play 15, but I heard that there was a damage mod 15 that lots of folks seem to be happy never found its way into 17, which is pretty ironic that they're talking about a. I think it's pretty funny that they're talking about a mod that they're glad didn't come forward, but at no point in time were you required to run the mod to begin with. So if you didn't like it so much, then why did you have it enabled? Other than a sense of needing to impose as much realism as possible. Might be also why some people use MR, and still they talk bad about the MR, but they still use it every day. It's that that drive for the ultimate realism. Still haven't seen gameplay footage, but apparently there was footage shown at FarmCon. So maybe we are not too far gone from seeing our own gameplay footage being released by Giants, or maybe someone else that was at FarmCon that sneaked some footage and to put it up. As of the recording of this video, there hasn't been anything that posted. Pretty much have got this field taken care of once we get these 3 windrows, and then we're going to run over to field there across the hedge, field 19. See if we can't get that baled up. Now this is our second full cut off our grass fields this year. There was a comment left a while ago, and I mean I alluded to it earlier, but there was a comment left a while ago that that if I did, that I should, this is how I should play it, is I should have done a full cut first day of spring, or first day of summer, which I'm pretty sure I did. It still was in the first transition of summer. Since with seasons, the only growth that happens is during the actual transition. Mowing hay or mowing grass the first day or the third day of summer is the equivalent of each other. So it was that I should have mowed the first day of summer, which would allow me to then mow the first day of autumn, which I believe I did, or at least the first transition of autumn. And then I would be able to come back at the end of autumn, in late autumn, and do another partial cut. Now we're going to check this out, but I don't think that's going to work. Pretty sure whenever I have done a cut in autumn, regardless if it's the first early autumn, mid-autumn, there's been no transition growth of the grass into late autumn. I think Seasons has somehow set it up so your grass doesn't grow anymore once you roll into maybe once you roll into mid-autumn. Growth is there. Whatever grass you got is the grass you got from mid-autumn to late autumn. And then obviously at transition from late autumn to early winter, the grass goes from whatever state it is in to harvested state that we see right here. We'll explore that. Time comes. I got enough fuel to do this field here and get back to fill this tractor up. So guys, let me know in the comments, what are you thinking of all the FS19 news that is coming out? As of the recording of this video, the news on the release date had just come out, just yesterday. But by the time this video actually makes its way to you all, it would have been a whole week since that has happened. Because what news has been announced since then? I'm sure someone will update me. But yeah, what do you all think of the news? Is 19 fleshing out to be better product than maybe you were originally thinking? Obviously, the inclusion of John Deere is a big announcement. I think the inclusion of the ability to build your own farm from nothing to something is pretty cool. That will be that will bring a lot of variety to the gameplay. Oh, everyone's going to be able to start with one of 3 maps to begin with, and the potential of starting with a blank slate and to build your own farm up basically means that you can have 10 guys all on YouTube or Twitch, all playing Farm Sim, playing the same map, and all having completely different experiences and a completely different look to their farm because they built it up themselves. Yeah, it's not same guys, or it's not different folks playing the same map, harvesting and doing the same work on the same fields. Silo is going to be conceivably different locations. Each barn, you know, each farm could conceivably look significantly different than the other, and each player could have it in a completely different spot on the map. The other cool thing, I think, is the buyable areas. The ability to buy a forest, for example. So the idea of free logging seems to be gone. Because you're going to have to buy the forest before you're going to be able to get in there and cut the trees, in theory. So that's going to require some level of investment up front to get access to that forested area. It's pretty cool. Ability to start, as I said, with literally nothing but money in your pocket, and have to build everything up from scratch versus starting with starting equipment and farm and fields. Placeable animal nav meshes. So it's been alluded to, and hopefully we'll get more detailed information soon on this, but it's been alluded to that on multiplayer they have the competitive mode where they said 4, but now they've backpedaled a little bit and said they're going to explore 8 unique farms, 8 unique players, or 8 unique teams of players, and have their own farm, and with apparently placeable animal nav meshes, the ability to have multiple animals on the map at different points in the map very, very easily. So you can have multiple people all having cows and having their own unique cow area, to farm and deal with, versus right now you're pretty much stuck with one cow area, one pig area, one sheep area, and chickens. It sounds like what you'll be able to do is take up root somewhere, put down your animal mesh, animal area, and basically have yourself some cows, and another player on the map could do the same thing and have themselves some cows, and allow you to have multiple cow farms, which is, I think, really, really cool. As being something that's in the base game. It's really neat. Getting a heck of a lot of bales off of this. But we've got 5 just off of this back. Obviously, this is here. See here where grass has been skipped. Got kind of an interesting windrow pattern. That's because I used courseplay to both mow and ted. Well, to mow, ted, and rake this, and it also allows me to then use courseplay to bale this up, should I so wish. Headland. It's like we started backwards. Let's just pick this up here. Just right along to fix that, because we won't be able to run into our bales. Okay, we'll fix that here momentarily, because I want to run over to the BGA. That's where I've got the Toyota and the flatbed, and we'll close out by picking up some bales and taking them to a bale storage area. Maybe putting down another bale storage area at the BGA. Let's turn this on so we can see where. Just let this drive itself around, it would run into every single one of the bales. Not such a desirable thing. Run on over to the BGA. Trot over here. It'll climb down these rocks. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please click that like button. Coming down to the close of Rathlin Island. Got just left. Maybe 9 or so. Sure. Plan is to go until the end of autumn or the end of spring next year. Stack. Each stack holds 54 bales. Sweet. Like I said, we want to get these up off the field before the rain comes, if at all possible. Once they are stored in that stack, they are stored away. Rain cannot get protected. So, like I said, we've got maybe 9 videos left. The plan is to just one or probably 2 more, maybe 3 more into autumn. Maybe a handful of winter videos. So if nothing going on winter other than logging, which we've done, other than animal care, which we've done, then we might not show too much over winter. Just kind of get it done with. Then we're going to have some number of videos over spring. I'm not sure if we're going to close out the series by selling everything off and seeing what we end up with as far as money goes, or if we're just going to say goodbye and move on. We'll be bringing in Emerald Coast into a recorded format as opposed to a live stream format. That will be replacing Rathlin in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday release slot. Probably putting a different map into our live stream slot. But of course, we also have the 2 multiplayer series. So we got a lot going on. Really, I'm not overly depressed about Farm Sim 19 being in November, because I've got enough going on to keep me busy till that time comes anyway. Sure, there were some folks that have kind of slowed down their gameplay, or maybe even kind of stopped looking at various maps because they intended on 19 coming out in October. Might be a little bit wouldn't think upset. They might be a little bit rethink maybe their strategy for that month delay. That's assuming that they even meet the November time frame. No indication that they're going to be late with that, but you know, there's no guarantee that they will deliver on time. Depends on what kind of roadblocks they run into, or what kind of last minute functionality they feel that they might be able to slip in. I'm gonna go ahead and unload these, and then I'll close. See you guys later. These 5 in. Went ahead and brought the telehandler down here with this other bale spike. Storage. So we got 8 more. And, yep, 8 more, and then this one will be full. There'll be a nice tarp that'll cover up over it and everything. It's like our baler is stuck on a bale, so we'll have to go free him up. So until next time, guys, happy farming.